When I think of culture, I often think of things like the Mona Lisa or the Colosseum, but building this bow drill made me think of the Botkin Fort from Chapter 2. When we picture a civilization, I think we focus on the big things they made, and forget about the everyday things, like a bow drill or a jar for wine and perfume. These small things that maybe a father taught his son to make and use, or a mother teaching her daughter how to craft the jar, then telling the story as they decorate it, why it's important to her, or maybe just her favorite story. To me, these things that I would use and look at every day holds more importance than something I might only see once in a lifetime.
So a long time ago, when the Titans and the gods had battled, and the gods had turned out victorious, one of the Titans, Prometheus, had sided with the gods. He was always thinking about the future, tomorrow and the next day, and 100 years from now. So he would walk the earth with men. And he saw men in caves, and they were cold, and they starved to death, and were hunted by wild beasts. And he felt bad for man. So Prometheus went and found a reed and decided he was going to give fire to the man anyways. So one night when Zeus was asleep, he stole a spark from his bolt of lightning. That lit the reed on fire, and he proceeded to take it down to the men. He taught men how to build fire and make fire, how to cook with it, and how to make things with it, so that they might flourish. Well, Zeus wasn't too happy with this, so he came down and took Prometheus and decided his punishment would be for all eternity. He was going to be nailed to the side of a mountain. And every day an eagle comes and eats his liver, and then at night it regrows, and then the next day it happens again. So what does storytelling and the story of Prometheus really have to do with survival? Well, it talks about fire, one of the most important sources, especially when it's below freezing, which it soon will be. But also, whenever it's cold out, you gather together. And you have to do something. You don't have phones, you don't have internet, anything like that back in the day. So you told stories about how things happened. About the fire, about the ceremonies of the dead passing on, Egyptians, the weighing of the heart. And pretty soon, after you tell them enough, and you learn to read and write, you start writing them down. You get myths and stories. And there you have culture.
Today we're going to build a basic latte. So what we're going to do, pour 2% milk out to our grande line in here. We're going to aerate 1 to 3 seconds. Pull our shots, catch our shots, finish and knit. So let's do it real quick. So you pour milk to the grande line. And then catch our shots now. Clean our steam on. Screw the milk out. And a latte.
So nowadays you don't need a spear and bow to get your milk. You build a market and you buy it. For that you need money. To make money in the 12th, 15th century, you probably joined an artisan or craftsman guild. You worked, you got paid, but you weren't really well known. And at this time I'd like to talk about people in the Greek and Roman society. Architects, engineers built things like the aqueducts, the Colosseum, great works of art that we don't know who they are. More than likely they're more like us than we know, and they're just trying to make ends meet and didn't know they're partaking in building such monuments, which even today we copy in our own architecture. But eventually individualism happened, and we now see people like Leonardo and Michelangelo built and designed and created great works of art. Also making money, it's what it's about in the end to me. And then as we advance onward, 17th century, we see artists like Regaud, David work for great benefactors. Regaud painting the portrait of Louis XIV and working for that family. So what is the value of human culture to me? First and foremost, it's survival. Basic survival, telling stories, teaching what to fear, teaching people how to make it in a harsh, cruel world. Then later economic survival, making money so you can buy the things you need, provide for your children. And ultimately, that's what it comes down to. We create these amazing things to inspire each other, inspire our children. We create amazing architecture, amazing feats of engineering to help make the world a better place, both for us and also for our children. Because in the end, survival is not just about us. It's also about our kids. And even now, we're all participating in a form of economic survival. We're in this classroom learning humanities so that we can get a degree, so that we can get a better job, so that we can make more money, right?
All right, can you say bye-bye?